Well, Alberto, disappointing finish to the game. What was your view of the penalty? Because that was obviously the key incident there at the end.
Never a penalty. Is it? Bless him, he's done a great recovery run, put a tackle in, and I don't know what the referee's seen in there, but in my eyes, or even from the opposition bench, it was never a pen. If we're talking of pens, first half we should have had about a couple of pens where Danny Bass's got rattled a couple of times in the box, but it's just the way it goes. Putting that to the side, we have to make sure that, as you can see today, and you'll probably see from the highlights, the amount of chances we created, it should have never come down to the penalty. But we'll crack on.
Yeah. So, performance-wise, pretty happy with what you saw today?
First half, we started very well. We got a goal from Lewis. Great pace. Second, towards the mid part of the first half, we looked a bit flat at times. We allowed them to come into our areas. We discussed our half time, and you saw that from we were on the front foot. We were applying pressure, and the amount of chances were great in the second half. So, in terms of what we asked the boys to do in the second half, they delivered. It's just that getting that ball, putting that ball in the back of the net. But we'll crack on. We'll move on to the next games, and
Yeah, sure. Yeah, any things that you might be thinking about working on in midweek? Looking to next week.
The thing is, you can work on various of things. One of the things that we've been working on is shooting practices and patterns of play and creating chances and so on. And we are doing those, And in the training sessions, the boys are putting balls top corners, and we're creating those chances. And we're, luckily, and I'm pleased in a way that we are creating a lot of chances, and that's positive. We just need that little bit of composure, and it will come. It will come. The boys, we've got some outstanding players in here, quality side, some fantastic athletes, and in time. We'll get there.
Disappointing finish to the game, obviously, John. But how did you see the game as a whole?
Very, very disappointing. Obviously, I think we started well. We definitely started the stronger side. I felt like we were in control first sort of 10-15 minutes. We obviously scored the goal, and then we seemed to kind of slow down a little bit and maybe kind of rest on our laurels slightly. And we spoke about it at half time. And then we came out. I thought the second half was better, and we've created enough chances again to win the game. And we feel obviously it feels like a loss. We feel like we've done enough to win the game and maybe let ourselves down. Which has been, it's not the first time it's happened. But we have to kind of regroup and go again. We take it on the chin as a team and go again.
Yeah, like you say, you must be pretty happy with the amount of chances you are creating, because there's no doubt some of the football you're playing is opening teams up and creating those chances, just sort of trying to get that killer blow at the end, isn't it?
No, exactly. We feel like we feel like at the other end, we're largely doing our job, bar last week where we conceded more than one. But I think soft penalty today. We feel like we probably should have had a couple at least up the other end. So. A couple of decisions not gone for us. We'll obviously look at ourselves first and what we can do better. But we definitely should have had at least one penalty today. Stick one or two of those chances away, and we could have been out of sight, which is obviously frustrating.
I'm with Mark Weatherstone, manager of Wingate and Finchley, after the game, which finished 1-1 between Wingate and Finchley and Carshalton Athletic. Are you pleased with your guys, the performance today, Mark?
I'm pleased with how we bounced back from Tuesday. We didn't perform at all anywhere near where we should be on Tuesday, so I'm pleased with how we bounced back and the effort we put in today. I think on chances, reflection was pretty a fair result. I think you might beg differ, but I think we dominated possessions in a large part of the game. But in terms of, you could easily won it, and Goody, the keeper, has kept us in it. But on the flip side of that, we've had some good chances at the crossbar, bounced back to our man and have missed it. So there's been a few chances either ends, and I think it was a good game of football.
I thought it was a really good open game. Chances at both ends. And good creative football. Playing through midfield, etc. So no, it was a good game to watch.
Of course, I think both teams tried to go and win it, and I love that attacking football. And I think where we tried to go and win it, we left gaps at the back, and that's where the chances come from. But two teams, I love how Peter tries to play. I know Peter well. I know a lot of their players, and great club, Carshalton. And I think it was a good game for the neutral. Good game I think Peter will be happy with the point as well. In all honesty, but two good teams battling out.
A bit of a frustrating day for both of you. Managed to get yourself both of you into the referee's bad books, but that's these things happen, I guess.
I'll be honest with you. I can see Peter's frustration. I'm quite honest as a manager. I'll say how it is. It looked like Carshalton deserved two penalties in the first half. I'm not going to lie about it. I felt like we also deserved the penalty in terms of when I think Harry Ottaway needed it onto his hand in the first half. I wasn't convinced by the referee's performance. I got a yellow card for asking question. I thought he was allowed to ask the question. It wasn't in an aggressive manner, but then he doesn't book your player for the same incident.
I saw you questioning that.
Just ask the question. I'm quite respectful. I know referees have a hard job, but I just asked the question and he didn't like it. So maybe it's too loud, but he's got to be consistent in terms of bookings for our players or their players. So listen, all in all, no excuses on the referee in terms of the point and the result, but I can see why Peter was frustrated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully, if the return game at Carshalton's as good as that one, it'll be one for the crowd to look forward to.
Yeah, for sure, definitely looking forward to it. Two good teams, like I said, trying to play the right way.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.